way to go.
So do you see it being completed anywhere in the near future, maybe 10 or 20 years?
I can't answer this question because the Chinese orchestra is a relatively young species compared to Western symphony orchestra. They start from 1600s, 1700, now 400 years. We only start from 1950s actually, so we only have 50 something history. So it is not a settled species, and I don't want to settle it. Let it evolve, let it develop. Yeah. So I would expect a bit longer than 20, 30 years to further develop. And that's why you can you see nowadays we still use cello. I didn't use Gehu. Why? Because Gehu is good product, but its song is still kind of on the dark side. It doesn't project well. And so right now I'm still using Western cello and a bass on the stage. And many people ask me why you still don't use Gehu yet. I say I still wait a little longer time to see whether Gehu can be modified further to offer better sound. Yeah, right now the sound is kind of too dark. Yeah, and it's not quite right yet. So we got much to do.
Okay. What do you foresee in the trajectory taken by Chinese orchestral music in the future?
Excuse me, what you see? Can you say again your question?
What do you foresee in the trajectory taken by Chinese orchestral music in the future? Like, which direction will it take?
Well, I think the Chinese orchestral music right now is in a crossroad, and in last 20 years we experienced some dramatic development in compositions. As your teacher probably can tell you better, is a composer, and start from 1980s, a group of composer in Beijing, namely Tan Dun, Guo Wenjing, Qu Xiaosong, they start to use modern Western technique and combine with the Chinese traditional folk melody, and in a new way, really add a new life into composition. And I know that many very good composer in Taiwan, start from Ma Shuilong and Pan Huanglong and Wen Longxing, many others. They also made a contribution to this. To me, now it's too early really to categorize them into one, and they are in right now in a stage of a 百花齐放, many different flowers, and I try to open the door, let them get wider the range the possible, because when the problem is when you try to pull them into one road, then some of them will be dead, and and uh, and uh, and I must mention that there in this very beautiful flower garden, there was a new flower just blossomed recently, which is the repertoire of Nanyang flavor and created in Singapore, and it was a vision I developed when I first arrived Singapore, and when I took this job, I look at our repertoire, and predominantly Chinese from China and some from Taiwan, and I like them, and I think this is very good, but I'm not satisfied, because this is, after all, it's called Singapore Chinese Orchestra, and we are not extension of mainland Chinese orchestra or Taiwan orchestra. We are Singapore, a separate one. And although the Chinese orchestral music is imported from Taiwan, from China many years ago, but however it's rooted in this country many years. So I think we need to find our own voice, our own repertoire. So we start to commission composers to write music that is with the Nanyang flavor. Why I call Nanyang is I adopt this name from Nanyang Painting School. Yeah, there were a group of the painters in early 20th century in Singapore, Malaysia. They paint certain painting. They created a style called Nanyang flavor. They combine with the Chinese stroke and the French and European painting together, but with the subject of this in tropical subject and the Malaysia subject in Singapore. So I was fascinated by this. I said, hey, this is a local character, and that's why we use this, adopt this name for new music style. So to create such a new repertoire, a new trend for Chinese orchestra music, we gone through a few stages. First of all, we threw a pebble into a pond. That means I commissioned a few composers here there. Then after a period of time, I feel time's right. So now we drop a big rock and stimulate a huge wave. 一石激起千层浪. Yeah, the first stage is 投石问路. Throw a little pop into it. Then 一石激起千层浪. 2006 we launched a international competition for any composition with a Nanyang flavor, and we received the 70 compositions, and we have first, second prize, third prize winner. With Singapore prize winner, a young composer winner, 5 winners, yeah, and then this year we're going to launch the second one, but this one is in a new level, because Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong has personally paid attention to this and then donate a big sum of money to support our competition. So our next competition in November will be in a new level and a new profile and new quantity. We actually receive around 140 to 150 scores instead of 70, doubled. And we have received score from Germany, from America, from Europe, from China, from Taiwan, everywhere. So if you talk about the future direction, I would very much want to tell you that the Nanyang flavor composition is going to be strong, going to be have a momentum, and hopefully through this second composition competition will generate some new repertoire for us. And this whole idea of a competition is very specifically 量体才艺 for SCO. For the SCO, yeah, they specifically asked them to